Hello everybody, my name is Star Wars Boy, how are you? And welcome back to the channel for a brand new Star Wars Battlefront 2 video. In this video, we are finally ranking all blasters in Battlefront 2 from worst to best. Now, I did do this video about a year ago, but just like my ranking on heroes and reinforcements, the quality was absolutely terrible, along with terrible mic quality. So if you think my videos are bad now, you should have seen what they were before. We're going to be ranking every single blaster other than the base class blasters, so we're not going to be going over the default heavy, assault, officer, and specialist blaster. So, let's get started. Also, only a small percentage of viewers are actually subscribed. So, if you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe. It's completely free and it helps out the channel. Anyways, let's get started. Number 16, the Cycler Rifle. The Cycler Rifle is a weapon that I'm sure not many people have actually used in Battlefront 2, and I don't really blame you because this gun is kind of irrelevant. It is the 5th gun added for the Specialist class, and you could get it by getting eliminations in co-op. Honestly, this blaster is pretty trash. Most guns in Battlefront 2 are either good or decent, however this one easily is the worst weapon in the game. It doesn't even shoot through shields like it did in Battlefront 2015. For me personally, I would prefer this weapon to be an ability just like it was in the previous game. Instead, it takes up your entire main primary weapon, and that is a big no-no, especially since this weapon is pretty shit. Number 15. The IQA-11. The IQA-11 is a stepping stone to get two other really good guns for the Specialist class, and I remembered it being quite decent actually. I feel like when I ask most people about the IQA-11, they don't really know what to say since they haven't used the blaster in probably a year. However, after replaying it, all those fond memories were gone as I realized how bad this weapon actually is. Its attachments are decent, having dual zoom, bolt speed, and improved cooling. However, they don't even compare to saving this blaster, because this blaster is already pretty bad. It doesn't even feel like a sniper, it feels like an assault rifle, and that is not very good. The damage is pretty bad, and it just doesn't feel right, and I don't think anyone likes using this blaster. Number 14, the FWMB-10K. This is where we start getting into the good blasters, and this is the definitive spot for this gun. It doesn't really hurt anyone's existence by using it, and it doesn't really hurt putting it in this spot. It's just kind of a good gun, if you know what I mean. The FWMB-10K has the slowest fire rate out of all the heavy classes LMGs, and it does have pretty questionable attachments such as night vision and ion shot. Like, come on, you're gonna give night vision on an LMG? Like, why? This gun is just decent. I wouldn't really use it after I have all the heavy guns already unlocked. However, if you want to go use it, go give it a shot. It is better at medium-ish ranges than close ranges, because if you use the close ranges, you're basically wishing for death as you're going to be shot way faster than you're shooting them. So that's something to put into consideration. Number 13, the DL-18. I feel the same way about this gun that I feel about the FWMB-10K. One, there are much better guns that you can be using with this class, and two, it's a pretty underrated gun that's just good. However, this blaster is slightly better. It does have pretty good attachments like improved cooling, reduced spread, and repeating mode, which turns the blaster from semi-automatic to fully automatic. This blaster just reminds me of something from 2015, and I do enjoy playing with it. Number 12, the S5. The S5 is probably the best officer blaster if you put into a fact of range, because this blaster has really good range compared to the other ones. It also has pretty decent attachments like reduced recoil, which practically saves the blaster from being dog shit, and dual zoom. It also has ion shot, which is a nice touch. Honestly, the S5 is a pretty decent blaster to start off with. It's way better than the default blaster, however, it's not as good as the other officer blasters that come. For me, I'd use the S5 to unlock those other blasters, and then I'd kind of forget about it. But I do see a lot of people switching to this blaster when they play a long-range map. Number 11, the Blurg. Long gone are the days of the Blurg one bursting everyone in a blast lobby, and thank God for that. The Blurg is still okay after a long time. I honestly completely forgot about this gun, and who would really remember about it because it's kind of just there. However, after using it, I remember that it's not actually that bad. Improved burst and reduced recoil both really help this gun, and you can also have exploding shot on if you want to mess with heroes, and I kind of like that. This gun is pretty powerful, however, I would still not put it above other guns that come. Number 10, the DC-15 LE. I haven't used this gun in a while now, and so when I replayed with it and I found it was good, that was the biggest breath of fresh air ever. Its attachments are also pretty good. Reduced recoil, improved zoom, and the best one out of the three, exploding shot. Usually they put exploding shot on pretty trash weapons or just weapons that don't deal enough damage. However, this one really does. With such a fast fire rate, this exploding shot is gonna piss off a bunch of heroes, and it already does. While the damage is lower, the rate of fire is pretty high. However, one con for this weapon is the cooling power. If you overheat this weapon or just reload it, it is going to take a long time to reload, and that's kind of reasonable since you do have explosive shot and this weapon is just pretty powerful, and honestly, I'll take it. This weapon is pretty good. I'll have some fun with it occasionally, and I'll definitely try it out a few times in Blast. Number 9, the CR2. Oh, if you thought that the DC-15 LE had a fast fire rate, you have never seen this gun. This gun has the fastest fire rate in the game, and it looks like it comes from a different family when you compare it to all the other assault class weapons. It has reduced recoil, ion shot, and night vision. However, night vision kind of ruins the blaster and makes it difficult to see. Ion shot, for those who don't know, actually decreases damage on infantry, so I would not recommend using two of those attachments. Instead, just run reduced recoil. This gun is an absolute shredder at close range. If you shove this in someone's face, you're going to kill them instantly. However, the problem is when you get into medium ranges and long ranges where this gun basically does anything. With other guns like heavy class guns and assault pistols, you can still deal damage at long ranges. However, with this gun, it's almost physically impossible. I have never seen someone touch me with the CR2 from across the map. However, the CR2 is a pretty situational blaster that will do good on maps like the Death Star 2, and I do pick this gun on the Death Star since, come on, that map is designed for it. This gun shreds at close range, however, range is its biggest problem. Number 8, the 8280 CFE. This gun feels completely different when you go with the other specialist blasters. This gun has to be played with a lot of aggression, and you have to be actually moving around with this gun. It feels like an assault rifle, but in a good way, if you know what I mean. It has dual zoom, burst mode, which saves the blaster like by a mile, and ion shot, which is also a nice touch. This blaster does have some cooling issues. I mean, you'll fire 3 shots and then your blaster have to cool. However, that is acceptable since it doesn't have improved cooling and the cooldown time is quite low. Honestly, I don't see a lot of people using this gun, and that's a shame because it's pretty good. I feel like people just go over the next blaster and completely skim over these two, but this gun is pretty good. Number 7, the TL50. The TL50 is a ridiculously good heavy blaster and defines LMGs. This is the best LMG in the game, and it's not even a question. The best mods I'd use for it are improved cooling and reduced spread. I still see some people using secondary fire, and I just ask them why, because this secondary fire is really bad for this gun. It works with Aiden, but it doesn't work with this gun, and it's not even a one-hit kill. The TL50 is not underrated because everyone uses it. However, it's just a solid gun all across the board. It has a really fast fire rate tied with the DC-15 LE, and you can just deal a ton of damage if you just go for headshots. While its range is not the best, if you use reduced spread, your bullets will go in one spot most of the time, and that is really good. Its cooling power is pretty good and the damage is good. This gun is solid, it deserves this spot. Number 6, the EL16 HFE. There are a lot of people in this world that say this gun is complete trash, and believe it or not, I was one of those people, because I was not using this gun with the attachments. If you don't use reduced recoil or improved range, this blaster can be very difficult to use. And once you get those two attachments, this is a completely different gun, and it goes up from being a bad gun to an amazing one. The accuracy on this weapon is really good, and the damage is absolutely ridiculous. While the rate of fire is slower, the range is made up for it, as this is the most long-range assault weapon in the game, without a doubt. The cooling power is on the higher end, however, the power that this gun possesses is just amazing. This gun is so powerful. It also has improved range and dual zoom on top of the reduced recoil mod. However, you don't really need to use dual zoom because you can already have a good idea on where enemies are. This is a really good assault blaster. I mean, there are a lot other ones that are good. However, this one is a solid pick. And if you want to go try it, because I'm sure if you have both those attachments on, your opinions on the gun will completely change. Number 5, the E11D. A lot of people are going to see me putting the E11D over the EL16 and click off the video, but I don't know, man, it's kinda true. This gun is both satisfying and really good to use. This gun made me switch from just playing officer all the time to actually playing different classes. This weapon is ridiculously good. It's one of the better blasters in the game, and people kind of look over it a lot of the time. However, the people that know about this blaster really do use it because this gun is really good. It has reduced recoil, a flashlight, and improved range, so I think everyone knows which attachment you're leaving out. Its stats across the board are all really good. This weapon is pretty solid, there's nothing bad to say about it, it's just a really good gun. Number 4, the T21. I am convinced that nobody knows about this blaster's existence. I feel like when the 4 new blasters came in the Age of Rebellion update, people just overlooked this one because they thought it was the same as Battlefront 2015. And although it's pretty good, people haven't used this gun, because if they did, they would realize that this is in the top 5. The T21 has one of the biggest damage outputs in the game. It's a one-shot headshot to every single class, and sometimes if they're low, one-shot body shot. The rate of fire is on the lower end, while the cooling power is questionable. However, the range and damage absolutely save this gun. This is the longest ranged heavy weapon in the game, and it makes you feel like you're using a buffed assault class because you have 200 health, a really powerful weapon, and insane range. What more could you want? And if you add improved cooling and burst mode to this weapon, you're just going to absolutely demolish. With burst mode, you can easily one burst every single class in the game without even a hassle. It's that easy. This weapon is extremely underrated. It's really good against reinforcements, and the only thing I could say about it is the fact that if you reload, it does take a while. However, that's with almost all heavy weapons, so I don't really even mind. This gun is good, and please try it, because if you think it's bad and you haven't used it, you are completely wrong. Number 3, the T22. The T22 is the only sniper rifle in the game. This is the only weapon in the game that actually feels like a sniper rifle. Its range is perfect. Its damage is perfect. However, its rate of fire is on the lower end, but that is completely acceptable because this is a one-shot headshot kill. Its mods are also good. Improved cooling and disruptor shot. Yup, you heard that right. This weapon has disruptor shots. What if a tank is being annoying on Hoth? Simply just select a specialist class, get this gun out, and keep shooting it. You'll destroy the tank in seconds. Is an AAT killing heroes on Kashyyyk? No worries. Grab the specialist, Use this gun and shoot the AAT and you'll destroy it. It's that simple. This weapon does really good damage on the infantry as well. And this disruptor shot, it's really cheeky. Sometimes you don't even have to hit the enemy. If you shoot the floor underneath them, you'll kill them. It depends how low they are and how much health they're regenerating. However, you'll still get some good damage in. However, the best thing about this weapon is the body damage and the headshot damage. Like I said countless times, this weapon is a one-shot headshot, and the body damage is also really good. This weapon is really satisfying to use, and I really want to play Specialist more often because this gun is really good. Number 2, the A280. The A280 is the best weapon in the game. Oh, do you want to melt someone at really close range in front of their faces? You can do that with this gun. Do you want to pick off enemies on the objective at around mediumish range? You can do that. Want to kill enemies right after spawning in? You can do that. This gun is good for all ranges and its power really holds up. Its rate of fire is really good and the burst is just really good. Burst weapons are probably one of the most subjective weapons in shooter games. However, in this game, bursts are really good. Its improved cooling and improved range really do help this weapon and make it even better. This weapon is just really adaptive to any situation you're in, and it's pretty hard to not do good with this weapon. The A280 is commonly known as the best weapon in the game. However, I'd put it second because there is one Battle Blaster that is a lot better. Number 1, the SE44C. If you don't think the A280 should be number 1, then you probably think that this gun should be. And it is. This is the best gun in the game. Now, a lot of people say this gun is bad, and by a lot of people, I mean around 10. And the reason they say it's bad is because they don't have rapid fire, which literally transforms the gun. And I don't really think that you can critique a gun without having the proper attachments on it. And I haven't done that for any of these guns. I've gone through a struggle of using them and getting every single attachment. And I can honestly say that the rapid fire saves this gun. This gun is not the best without it, and with it, it is an absolute machine. It's also really good with improved cooling, and night vision is there if you ever just want to hate yourself. This gun is a battle point machine. It can kill infantry so quickly at close range, and can also do some damage at medium range. However, long ranges, this gun is not good at long ranges. This gun goes into account how officers get heroes so quickly. It's not just the cards they're using, it's how many people they can kill with this gun and how many people they can damage. This is a battle point machine, it's a class killer, it's a hero killer, and it's undoubtedly the best gun in Battlefront 2. So that is going to be it for this video, guys. I had a lot of fun ranking all the blasters, going back and playing with each and every one of them. Of course, since we did this video this week, we're going to be doing class guides for all the Assault, Heavy, and Officer and Specialist. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Be sure to check out my channel memberships and join if you're interested. See you guys next time, bye, and may the force be with you always.